Thankfully, this time we didn't have to wait multiple months for the next part of the LTT Linux challenge, so now it is time for the third part. Let's get right to it.
When you do something every day, it becomes second nature, whether that's driving,
cooking a meal,
or even riding a bike.
But when you're just diving into a new hobby,
it can be really tough to know if the issues you are experiencing are your fault or the fault of your tools.
Not just with Linux, but with pretty much everything, it's best to assume that you are the one that caused the problem. Not because you are always at fault, but because even if somebody else caused the problem, ultimately you're the one that has to deal with it in your case. You're trying to do something right now. Nobody else can help you now.
Which is the premise of this video. Linus, Elijah, and I are going to be completing tasks on our Linux computers. Are we the problem?
Or is there something about Linux that can make things more difficult?
And our users range from lifelong Windows users
to Linux dabblers
to slightly longer term Linux dabblers.
Just accept that you're a Linux user at this point. Yes, you use Windows for work, and yes, you use Linux sometimes, and you probably use Mac as well, but like, you're just a Linux user at this point. You just also use other things.
While a major focus of the Linux challenge is the gamer's perspective, a core benefit of choosing a PC over something like a game console is that you can do a lot more than just game on it. And if we want to make the argument that Linux is a valid Windows replacement, non-gaming tasks need to be relatively quick.
True, fair enough.
At least painless enough that the average gamer doesn't get scared straight back into MicroSlop's corporate embrace. With that in mind then, we had to lay out some ground rules. For instance, using a virtual machine with Windows inside of Linux to run apps is totally an okay thing to do for an average user.
This is something I actually do more than I would like to. I have this Corsair Scimitar RGB. This works totally fine on Linux. I cannot configure it on Linux. Before someone says, oh, but what about a project called CKB Next? That is a great project. This specific iteration of this mouse is not supported, pending a currently open pull request. Thankfully, a lot of modern mice have memory on board, so I can just configure it on Windows, and then it's totally fine. But this is something which you don't have to do often, but there's gonna be cases like that where you might just have to bite the bullet.
But is that really aligned with the spirit of the Linux challenge? You guys don't want to know how well I Windows, and besides, we're trying to avoid using Microsoft software, right?
For the sake of the challenge, I think that's a reasonable ground rule to put out, because otherwise you can just kind of skip a lot of things by being like, oh, I'm just gonna do it in Windows.
Our second rule is that we set a time limit of 15 minutes per task.
This will come up later in the video.
Because, like anyone else, we have other things to do today. And honestly, if it goes much longer than that, it's clear that either the hammer or the holder is the problem.
For the sake of the content flow, for the sake of the video, that is a sensible rule. But there are plenty of problems out there where it is a complicated problem, and if you've never approached it before, it will take you quite a bit of time. Let's say, for example, you've never done a registry edit on Windows. If you don't know what the problem firstly is, identifying the problem is going to take a while, and then working out what to edit in the registry, and then making sure you've done it correctly, that can very easily go over 15 minutes, and that's on something which they are familiar with. So, again, for the video, I think it's fair, but you do have to accept that in the real world, you are going to have problems that do take you quite a bit longer to deal with. For example, the first time I set up a window manager, that being i3, I spent multiple days configuring it. Now, it was working just fine out of the box, but getting it the exact way I liked it did take me quite a bit of time. This is an easy problem, and you're going to see how easy this goes.
ChatGPT. Okay. Meme about it all you want, but it's been an invaluable resource throughout the Linux Challenge 2026.
I know a lot of people are like, oh, don't ask the AI this, don't ask the AI that. I will say for popular, well-known applications, it's generally pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's a resource that should be in your toolchain. If you want something that is entirely made by people, the recommended resource by most people is the Arch Wiki. whilst it's about Arch Linux, most of the instructions are not just relevant specifically to Arch and will work pretty much anywhere. The only Arch-specific stuff are like, how do I install a package on Arch? Everything else is pretty generic.
Add a startup program to Pop OS. Let's go into my settings. A startup.
Thankfully, this time it actually realized that he's on Cosmic and not not GNOME this time.
Applications. Add an app. Put that Among Us in there.
Wow, it's
Boom. Let's test it.
2020.
Rebooter computer. I am among the Linux users.
And it just worked. Yep.
Let's go.
Okay, I found auto start. There's Discord, which says not running because I closed it, but does start up. So I'm gonna click remove entry. And now there is no user specified auto start items.
He forgot to add one, but he at least removed one. Half the challenges, they just don't even read their own rules.
Done.
Let's just search startup. Auto start. Oh, auto start. That's probably got to be something. So I see
He's down
Steam.
there. I'll go up here.
Let's add Discord. I can double check all that. Okay, well now we should test it. Okay, I'm gonna reboot my computer. One moment, please.
And it works totally fine.
Oh, I saw the startup. Start it up. It's just muted.
Yeah, he just had it minimized. That's something which works pretty straightforward on basically everything. Considering they're all using desktop environments, I would be very surprised if they had actually had any issues with it. That's something which is pretty robust and pretty straightforward nowadays. With that being said, it is not always that easy. So I am on an environment called Neri. It's a scrolling environment, all this good stuff. On Neri, you don't have that nice GUI interface that you can interact with, so this is done through the Neri configuration file. This is the way it's being done on something like Hyperland and i3 and various other projects like that. You sometimes do have to deal with that method. Also, you do have the option of writing systemd service files and starting those up, or you can auto start things from your shell. Now, there is also the option of using a standalone implementation of XDG Auto Start, which is what KDE, GNOME, Cosmic, and the other desktops are using, and then using that with a window manager. Something like Dex is going to do a pretty good job with that, and that gives you the same kind of interaction you get from those environments. Either way, any of these are totally valid options. If the goal is getting it to start, it's going to start. There's different reasons why you might want to do each of them, but it's pretty much fine. Speaking of things that have a million ways to do them, sending data from your phone to your PC. Now, I'm going to skip ahead from the part of them actually recording the video because I don't want to listen to that, but
Actually had to do this when I was on my trip in Korea. I'm already familiar with what
he has an Android phone, just so we're on the same page here.
to do. No, I don't want to charge.
I don't know why he's actually using Cosmic with how much it's flickering. That would drive me insane.
I want to transfer images. I actually had a little bit more luck with that than the transferring files one.
It's been the other way around for me, but might depend on the phone?
Mind you, that was on my laptop. Samsung Android, internal storage, DCIM.
Takes a minute to load.
Copy, and videos.
Yo! When I go take a shit, I shit that open source right into the toilet.
Actually, I misspoke. My body absorbs all the open source.
Right.
And gets rid of anything that was not open source waste when I go to the toilet.
That's the correct way to do it. Expel the proprietary software. Cleanse yourself of it.
I'm sorry, that was...
Hello,
Again, Luke did the video thing. We just skip through that.
the experience that I have is like stopping Linus from walking
We're not going to address that. We're not going to... If you know the clip, you know it. We're not going to address it.
off cliffs. Internal shared storage. Okay.
Again, it just...
Is
It just works. Now, again, they're both on a regular old desktop environment. Both Cosmic and KDE have systems for auto-mounting an Android device over a USB connection. Again, if you're on a window manager, or you're on a desktop environment that does not have these protocols, then you're going to be looking at something known as MTP, the Media Transfer Protocol. This will likely require you messing a bit on the command line. There is a graphical interface for MTP as well, if you are more comfortable doing that. but it's probably something you never actually have to interact with if you're on something like a GNOME, KDE, Cosmic, pretty much most of the main things people are going to be using. Elijah, on the other hand, well, it would have worked for Elijah. It would have worked for Elijah.
Who's interrupting the shoot? It works. It's detecting it as a camera, though.
Jump back a little bit. It's an iPhone. Now, it's not an iPhone 5. That's just reporting is the wrong thing. But it is an iPhone.
We'll count it if it works. It's detecting it as a camera, though. It's not like detecting it as a file. USB device removed. I didn't touch it. I thought this one would be easy. To plug an iPhone into Bazite, especially on handhelds like ROG Ally. AI overview, you suck ass. Where did this come from? I don't want to plug it into the ROG Ally.
That's actually a really good AI overview. The ROG Ally was an example of a device you might run Bazite on, but it's actually telling you what you need to do right here. It's going to involve messing with Libby mobile device. This is annoying because it does involve going to the command line. So iOS is a case where things don't just automatically work. This is a massive oversight of basically every desktop environment. I do wish this was considerably easier. However, there are alternatives you can take as well.
AI overview, you suck ass. Where did this come from? I don't want to plug it into the ROG Ally. Maybe there's a YouTube video? Someone telling me how to do this? The first result is about how to do it to Windows. That's not what I Googled, please. KDE Connect.
That is an alternative.
Okay, is that installed here? It is, device synchronization. This might be an app I can download. Do you think that violates the spirit of like no cloud services?
No. Like, is sharing over Bluetooth allowed? I would say yes. I would say that's fine.
If it's a direct peer-to-peer connection, I'll let you guys decide in the comments.
I think it's fine.
Oh wow, I found it right away. Discovered devices, Bazite, to start pairing. Accept. Oh, there we go.
Last time I used KDE Connect, it didn't work that well. I'm guessing it's been improved since then.
Oh.
I don't know.
On my iPhone, I want to send... That's a picture of my passport. Editor, please don't include that.
Make sure you include it.
Oh, receiving file. Open.
And it works.
Hey! But it also doesn't change the fact that I wasn't able to connect with a USB just like that.
That is something that needs to be worked on, or at the very least, reporting the fact that, hey, you're on an iPhone, this is going to cause some problems, because I can very much see why you'd be confused about that.
It was for some reason showing up as an iPhone 5 PTP mode. What does that even mean?
PTP in this context is Picture Transfer Protocol. Now, whilst it did use KDE Connect, there is a different tool that I tend to opt for. That is known as Local Send. It is something I install on basically all of my devices. Kind of works as like a AirDrop replacement. You do need to be on the same network as the other device, so it's not perfect, but this does the job for me. I use this constantly for transferring the thumbnail photos from my phone over to my desktop. Either way, it's gonna be fine though. Now, video editing. This is something that I have to do more than I would like to. I'm not a big video editing fan. I like the video creation process.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not try to edit any video throughout any point of the challenge on any of my systems. So I'm just gonna go straight for DaVinci Resolve.
Give up. As I said in prior videos, if you wanna do DaVinci, don't try to install it. Just go and use a project like DaVinci Box, because setting up DaVinci when you're not on one of the specifically supported distros, technically it can be done. You're just going to hate yourself. Just let someone else hate themselves, and then you just use what they use.
Oops, no.
That's why.
Yeah, I ain't doing all that. You know what? Let's just try this. Ooh, I'm gonna go with Flowblade.
I haven't used Flowblade in a very long time. Last time I used it, it was a okay video editor. Nowadays, I'm on Kdenlive. Kdenlive is also an okay video editor, but okay for different reasons.
I mean, that looks like a video editing interface. You gotta be willing to try stuff. That is definitely something that I think has changed in my attitude since the first Linux challenge is in the first Linux challenge, I wanted to know the right way to do stuff. And this time around, I'm just like...
He wanted to know the right way and then just didn't read.
I'm going to click on shit.
You know what? I respect learning to learn.
What's the worst thing that could happen? You could delete your whole desktop environment.
That did happen because he didn't read. Just, again, so we're on the same page. That did happen because he just didn't want to read what it said on his screen.
The whole internet could get mad at you. Okay, there's my...
But yeah, this works fine. He managed to work out how a video editor works. No problem whatsoever. Let's go over to Luke.
Flowblade state.
Ooh.
The Pitavi video editor is what?
I don't even know how he found Pitavi, by the way. I've never used Pitavi in my entire life. I've messed around with like 8, 10 different video editors. I didn't even know this one existed.
What we're trying to go with?
But from what I can tell, it follows the GNOME design guidelines. It's a liberator app and all that good stuff.
No idea how this thing works. Can I do it now? Oh. I'm going to try something else. Kdenlive. Okay, I've heard of that before.
It's Kdenlive. It's solid, but like, you know, it didn't do that. At least anytime recently.
I can probably just grab it really quick. Uninstall. It's in. I have it already. Transform effect. Cool. Yeah, where is that? Transform. Got it? Now I need to cut it again, because I didn't do that technically. Okay, that was actually way easier this time, because now I know how it works. File, render, rendering to crash.
Now, this is not a Kdenlive problem. This is an H.264 problem. H.264, you need to have the height divisible by 4. It's something with how it handles the codec. I don't actually know the technical reason why it's like that, but yeah, this actually is a problem that it would happen on Windows as well.
Height not divisible by 4. Okay, did it. I had to render out in a different format. Yeah, the format that I chose was not happy with something. I don't know. I'm not a video editor.
I already talked in part 2 about how I needed to use like Kdenlive.
You'll love it.
That's where I'm going right away. I can't open my file folder.
Do note that the one he's trying to connect to is the phone that he couldn't mount to earlier. So that's user error right there.
Unknown code, error 1. I'm just trying to open my files. Okay, let me drag in the video. Sure, transcode. Failed to create file.
Kdenlive does that sometimes as well. But besides that issue, everything else worked fine because he had a regular, normal resolution.
No, I don't need to save.
Oh yeah, yeah, there's this part.
Easy peasy. Save? No, I don't need to save. Re-export. No, I don't need to save.
Remember what I said about not reading their own rules?
Should have saved the file.
And this is why they needed to keep that around.
What's it called? Flowblade? Flowblade!
Flowblade!
As soon as I start typing SMB:// it gets mad.
Okay, Linus.
Blade. As soon as I start typing
That's called a pop-up to explain what you write in the box. It's not mad. It's explaining what you type in there. How do we keep doing this? I don't know if this is cut weirdly in a way to make Linus look bad, but that's not a problem. Regardless of that.
This could be a challenge. Ooh. SMB 4K.
That's another way to do it.
We're just going to try stuff. Man, I know I'm on the right track here. Here's where it's gonna mount to. I just have to navigate to it. What's the difference between location and IP address? Blah, 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 blah. Change path, render. Okay, this was the first hard one. Oh, yes, we're good.
This is not actually working. This is actually a user error.
Play the video. Oh, I can play the video. Or wait, hold on. No, we have not actually confirmed yet. Okay, let's navigate to it the other way. Linus Pill. Uh-oh. No, it didn't actually go there. Oh, this is good. This is good. It's prompting me for my network credentials. This is good. Okay, oh dude, we're so back. Change path, render. Okay, this time I got it.
Perfect.
There it is. There it is. I know what happened. Basically, the interface was a little bit confusing for me for this like mount system. When I mounted a new thing, I assumed IP address was where I needed to put like the IP address, but actually it wants me to put that in location, which is also an IP address location.
This is one of those things which I do think could be improved with some tooltips. This is a bit of a confusing UX.
Like, I don't know, they seem kind of redundant to me. To me, I thought location was like a label.
Yeah, that's what the tooltip should be there for. But I don't know if Linus would have read the tooltip.
Just label it whatever I want, because unlike on Windows, where your label is going to be like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like through your drive letters, right? In Linux, it's more like you've got your mount folder, and then you can like put stuff there. So I thought this would be like what I was
Technically, you can mount things anywhere, but sure.
calling it in my mount folder, but instead it just makes a name for me. Users Linus Pill on address. I'm like, sure. You know what? I'm calling that a W. I'm calling that a W.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't have a network drive
Yeah, that's same.
that I can actually do anything with, but what I
Let's just make it up as we go.
assume I would do is go into sudo nano /etc/fs tab.
He's not actually
and,
going to get it
like,
right. Is this
mount
like
it
part
in
of the thing you
here,
do?
is what I think I would do. I don't think that's in the spirit of what they're asking me to do.
No. They probably should have confirmed that everybody had all of the things that were needed for the challenge. Why they didn't do that, who knows?
And the birds agree.
If you remember from part 2, one of the challenges that I struggled with was actually mounting my network share. And this is one of the key things. Exporting files from GIMP or any other video editing software or just any software. I was having issues exporting it directly to my network share. I often exported it to my desktop and then dragged it over.
It is very funny that we have someone who has real big problems with network shares, because recently there was this. Sovereign tech fund invests over €1 million in KDE software development. One of the specific things noted that they are going to work on is improving network share experience. They know it's rough, they know it's confusing and doesn't really work properly, so hopefully this becomes less of a concern. I'm just gonna jump ahead through this section because it's kind of a repeat of last time. Basically, Elijah still can't get it to work properly. Now, there is a way to do it. You can absolutely do it, but this is something which is known to be a problem, which is being worked on, so hopefully stops being a problem sometime into the future. I will note that this does happen, though.
Okay. No. Okay, listen, I know that's my timer. Give me an extra minute. Audience, you'll give me an extra minute, right?
Whilst he was in the process of trying to fix it, the timer ran out. Again, I get it for the timer, like it makes sense for the content, but at the same time, he might have actually gotten it fixed with maybe another 15, 20 minutes, but the video editors, the video recorders all have to deal with this footage, so I get it.
I assume you said yes. Okay.
Windows or Linux, my ass. I can use my phone. That's a computer. Hold on, where is this machine? I haven't actually tried to remote into this. I've remoted out of this. Seriously, when did just like the type in the ID thing go away?
Just so we're on the same page here, none of this is a Linux problem. This is just TeamViewer being garbage. It has the exact same problems on Windows. Technically, TeamViewer actually does support Wayland, so if he did manage to get it working, this would be fine, but it's still TeamViewer. It's still garbage.
Why is this so complicated now? Oh my god. 590 405. I will have changed this by the time you watch this video. Don't bother. Save. This computer's or contact is already in your list. Well, where is it, smart guy? Did I parsec on here as well? Yeah, I did.
Parsec, yeah, good luck with that one.
Okay, I'm gonna grab a computer. Yeah, hosting is still not supported in the Linux parsec app, or at least whatever version of it I have. Let me make it clear that nothing I'm doing right now should be considered an endorsement of TeamViewer or their nonsense business practices. How has this gotten so bad? Yeah, this just like didn't work. Okay. All right, AnyDesk, here we go. Display server not supported, Ubuntu, oh great. Does not fully support Wayland. Disable Wayland in the
Yeah, AnyDesk doesn't work on Wayland.
GNOME Display Manager to force Xorg.
He's also not on GNOME, so that wouldn't help anyway.
Yeah.
That's time.
All right.
He wasn't going to find it in 15 minutes, but there is a tool he could be using. That is known as RustDesk. This works on Wayland. This should be totally fine, but is probably not something you're going to find unless you start, going through Reddit posts, things like that, because it's usually not one of the first recommendations. Once you do find it, though, your life's going to be better. Maybe not great, but better.
Error. I don't have another computer. Error.
Yes, you do.
Does he not have a laptop? I'm actually surprised by that.
Where?
It's on your desk right now.
My phone? Okay.
That'll work.
Let's just randomly install stuff that ChatGPT tells me to
Good
do.
plan.
Amazing. It doesn't exist.
He actually did find RustDesk. The reason why that is not working is whilst it is packaged on Arch, it is packaged in the AUR, the Arch user repository. Pacman does not connect to that. It's a problem. I do kind of wish that Pacman would, at the very least, search the AUR to be like, hey, this is available on the AUR. Because what you'd want to do there is make use of a tool known as Peru or Yay. These are AUR package managers, AUR managers, whatever you want to call them. And on CachyOS, they actually do have Peru packaged in their main repos. This eliminates the problem of having to manually install this package and working out how to do the manual installation. But I guess either the AUI didn't tell him or Luke had missed that it wasn't in the main repos.
I forgot I'm pretty sure you can do this with like Steam. Yep. Yep.
That's a hack. It technically is working, but it's a hack.
Probably not what you're looking for.
No,
but I am
definitely not.
Controlling my computer from my phone.
Now, one of the ways I remote control my streaming PC when I'm away is I actually use Google Chrome's built-in remote management.
I didn't even know that existed before looking at this video.
I wonder if that works on Linux. Ooh, it wants Debian Linux. Phasite is not based off Debian.
Even then, you probably, once you install a package, getting that set up would have been a nightmare anyway.
I'm still gonna try here. Chrome Remote Desktop, this was from 15 months ago, but it seems like an official Phasite post of some sort. You will need an RPM package and hope they have Wayland support, which I doubt.
I don't know if they do, maybe they do, maybe they don't, I'm not sure.
This same comment says we support Sunshine and Moonlight. Maybe we should try that.
So it turns out that is an open source implementation of NVIDIA's game stream protocol. Not really important to the rest of the video, but a neat little tidbit.
In the terminal and type, you just set up Sunshine. That sounds like an insult.
And that's why it's funny.
Whoever wrote that command, you just set up Sunshine.
Yep. You just set it up. Do it. Just write the command. It's not that hard.
Dash Sunshine. Choose enable beta, disable service. We're gonna enable. Oh, it's still setting up. I think I launched Sunshine too soon.
What is up with everybody in LTT and not just waiting for things to finish before they do them? Just, I know, the time limit. The time limit is a problem here. Just, I get it. I get it for the content, but like, clearly this causes issues.
But it's clearly doing something.
It's
installing a bunch of crap. So I think while that's installing, I'm gonna get Moonlight set up on my Windows computer here. so I could hopefully remote into it. God, this looks so sketchy.
Isn't that just like Bootstrap or something? Maybe it's something else, but it looks like Bootstrap CSS.
Attention, Sunshine detected these errors during startup. We strongly recommend fixing them before streaming. Fatal.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad one.
Couldn't bind RTSP server port. Address is already in use. Well, it says they recommend I fix it.
It also says fatal.
Okay, let's try. That didn't work.
As expected. As expected.
Wait, I know my time just ran out. This is my streaming mouse. But as you can see, I am successfully controlling this with surprisingly low latency. Now, I'm pretty sure that's over the network, not my local intranet. I'm pretty sure this is going out through the internet, but I am successfully remote controlling this PC.
I don't know where he got that idea, what gave him that idea, but even if that was the case, it wouldn't matter because Linus wanted to use TeamViewer, and, well, that was going to go out through the internet anyway.
I got that right on the buzzer. Holy cow. I'm counting that, because most of it was just waiting for it to download. So, cool. I've never used Sunshine
I haven't either
before, but that was pretty easy.
Besides the waiting. Give up.
Games with easy anti-cheat on Linux. Elden Ring. I mean, how am I even supposed to download a game in this time? Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
That right there is a massive oversight with the rules.
I forgot how fast my internet is. This is going to be done in
Yeah, except for the fact that he has like multiple gigabit. I don't know what he's had. Some stupid speed. Probably has like 100 gigabit to his house.
like 2 minutes. I got this. Boom, play.
2 minutes to download Elden Ring is... that's insane.
Here we go.
Now, he's not going to mention it, but there is a really cool resource in the background there. That is known as Are We Anti-Cheat Yet? This is a community list of games which support anti-cheat on Linux. It's not always perfectly up to date, but if you notice something is wrong, you can go and submit resources here and be like, hey, this is actually incorrect. The game does work or the game doesn't work. Also, as always, I do recommend going and checking out ProtonDB. This is the community database of which games work and what you need to do to get them to work. Now, with anti-cheat games, usually if they don't work, then they don't work. But sometimes there's things you need to do.
This is going to be done in like 2 minutes. I got this. Boom, play. Here we go.
Now, with Elden Ring, if you're not playing online, it doesn't require the EAC check. I assume he's playing online, but I'm not certain because we don't see the menu screen.
Okay. Challenge accepted. Challenge completed. There you go. I am playing Elden
Is that a tutorial message or a player message? Maybe he's online.
Ring.
Oh no, okay, it's doing this thing. This is like, if I'm ever gonna have a problem with a game, this is what's gonna happen, which is that I click the play button, nothing happens, and we're back.
I really wish Steam would give you at least the option of seeing the error log in the client. Why they don't, I don't know. It's really dumb. Usually what I do is restart the Steam client and it's typically fine. Sometimes I need to do a full reboot, but it's annoying. That's what I'll say.
Okay, so I'm gonna try something, which is where I run Steam from the command line.
I've done this a number of times as well.
And then I can kind of see what's happening on Steam's end through the command line window.
Assuming it gives you anything useful.
Because of it doing this like silent error thing that's very annoying. See how it's like doing stuff over here? So I'm gonna click play, try to see what happens. Okay, something red happened. I think it's the drive that it's installed on. My internet's being super
I know he was using a Windows drive at some point. Is he still using that?
slow as it tries to re-download. We're only at 27%. We've been waiting here for a while. So this is clearly something you can do. I know for a fact that Arc Raiders runs.
It runs depending on when you recorded this. So the latest update actually has broken stuff. Now, he does show a little bit later in this that it actually is working. Here's some footage from later that day. But the latest update has caused some issues for some users. So do keep that in mind.
Something that does work, there are games that run easy anti-cheat or other levels of heavier anti-cheat that do work on Linux. Those versions of anti-cheat just usually don't do as much. That's how they make it work.
He knows. So a lot of the kernel of the anti-cheat, when they do run on Linux, they're actually running as a user space component. This makes it trivially easy to circumvent them, which is part of the reason why some of the game developers do not want to support Linux.
This one I feel like I have an unfair advantage at. There's actually a game I play regularly that has easy anti-cheat that I know works on Linux.
So obviously he has no problem whatsoever.
I would boot up into a game, but we are working right now.
This one shouldn't be a problem, but you'll see.
Utilities. Disks!
That is GNOME disks right there. This is the one that I use.
Intuitive. Format disk. Is this FAT32? Sorry, is this right? That's not FAT32.
Linus! Okay, you know what? I'm not going to do it this time. Linus actually didn't make a mistake this time. Do I have a USB here somewhere? I had one here somewhere. Where'd it go? There it is. Yeah, we have a thumb drive right here. Let me show you what he did. Here we have the same application. Make sure you select the correct drive because you will nuke all of the data on that drive. This is my thumb drive. If we go and do format disk, then we just click format, then format. It's going to format it. What he forgot to do, and I do think this is a UX problem with GNOME disks, is he forgot to make a partition. If we click on the plus here, then we size our partition, set it to fat, give it a name like drive, click create, give it a moment. It's creating file system. And now it's done. And then over here, we have the drive that I just partitioned. This is a problem with GNOME disks. It probably should have the partitioning as part of the format process because it's easy to miss it if you don't realize that's a thing. So how does Linus address that? Well,
okay, KDE Partition Manager.
By getting another application.
Let's try this. FAT12, FAT32, create. Yes, I can create, move, copy. Okay, so how do I do it? This file system does not support setting a label. Well, which one is it now? Oh, apply. Sure, apply pending operations. Okay, what did we do?
He made a partition table.
Group, partition, new.
And there he goes. He eventually found it in here.
FAT32, let's go.
Far more complicated interface, but he eventually got there.
FAT32. All right, hey, we're back on track. So if I go into utilities, disks, it's totally there. I still can't copy anything to it though.
I would recommend just unplugging it and plugging it back in. It very well might not have remounted it. I'm not sure how Cosmic handles a drive that is plugged in being partitioned.
Failed to mount it for writing. So clearly there's more that I have to do here to like make it cooperate. I want 50% credit for it if it's a FAT32 drive. That actually works. I want 50% credit, 30% credit. I'll take 25% credit. Properties. Yep.
Yeah, it's working fine on Windows, so if you just unplugged it and plugged it back in, it probably would have been fine then.
File system FAT32. So let's agree on 10% credit.
I'd give him 100% for this.
Oh, shit.
Remember what I said about reading? Make sure you check what your drive that you have plugged in is.
I put in a flash drive that was not supposed to be in the bin that it was in. Okay, so KDE
Thankfully, he checked it.
disk partition manager thing, pretty good. I can see the flash drive right here. I'm gonna right click on it. I'm gonna unmount it. I'm gonna go FAT32. I'm gonna label it.
Just works.
Okay, and then click apply. Apply pending operations. I can see it's like redetecting it. It just finished. It's reloading my drives. I see it here now. It's FAT32. I go in there. There's a removable drive.
And it worked.
Let's start by seeing if there's like a disk management.
Again, we have GNOME disks. Now, I wonder what Elijah does.
Thing here. There is. I see my thumb drive. I see GPT and MBR.
Mm-hmm.
I do not see FAT32. Belina.
Does the exact same thing. This is clearly a UX oversight in GNOME disks. If we're gonna have two people doing the exact same problem, that's a problem that should be fixed. I know where it is because I've used the application, but people should not be missing it that much.
Etcher. Let's do this. Download Etcher. Downloading a lot today. It's one thing I've noticed. I like how this one answer is, hey, how do I do this? I scroll far enough down, it says you can do this on Windows.
You can.
Thank you, Kyle Gospo.
That's the creator of Bazai, by the way.
I appreciate it. Of course, the AI overview gives me Windows results.
Of course it does.
Okay, Linux. Use GParted. I've heard of that.
That is
before.
an app.
Is that in the Bazite store? RPM-OS tree install GParted. Oh, it's doing something. Checking out tree A5408E6. It wants me to reboot.
That's because of the whole you're on an image-based system. So what you've actually done here is effectively modified the image. So you've not really installed a package. It's a mess. That's for a separate video.
It tells me the command to reboot. Let's do that. System
CTL.
control
Not control.
reboot. Okay, we got GParted. Oh my gosh. I think I did it.
You didn't. It's pending.
How do I see it? Where'd it go? Wait, so if I like unplug this right now. Oh wait. Why is it pending? What is
That's a problem. It should not be binding the X here, the close here, to quit. That should be bound to cancel. Why it does that, I do not know.
Oh wait.
That should just be closing this window, not the entire application.
Why is it pending? What is So wait, did that not actually do that?
It was pending.
No, it didn't. Device, FAT32, add. It's pending. Okay. We shall...
It's only an 8 GB drive, so it shouldn't even be doing this. I don't know why GParted is not working.
Wait again. Oh, my timer's going off. And it's still pending. Did I do something wrong?
I don't think you did something wrong. I think GParted is actually just not working. I'm not entirely sure what's happened here, and a big part of that is the fact that it's not giving you any information on what's happening here. There should be some sort of something telling you what's going on. But again, disks would have just worked totally fine if you click the button.
Like, what is taking it so long to...
I would say this is like clearly another UX issue.
Like, did I not hit save?
There's no save.
It's
just
not
working.
telling me like what it's doing. So I don't know if I did something wrong. Because if I hit close right now, it's like, oh, this is still pending. I just tried to...
Yeah.
Well, I clearly couldn't do it. I got GParted installed. What do you guys think? Is that a point?
No.
Oh, man. I mean, I should get to the point, though. I should probably segue at some point.
So, overall, I think it was actually a solid video, right? I actually do think that this time, most of the issues actually were just regular issues. Most things went pretty much smoothly. I think the iPhone problem, like that's like actually a problem, right? Like that is actually a problem. The network share stuff is actually a problem. The UX stuff with mounting or with making petitions, that's a UX problem. The functionality is there, but you just didn't click the button. The way that I usually find out about applications, and this is why I like videos, right? Because videos, you can see what people are actually doing. There's lots of video demos on how to use GNOME disks, and it'll show you pretty much easily. But what do you think of this part? Do you think things went well? Do you think any mistakes were just really dumb mistakes that shouldn't have happened? Or do you think everything here was basically a legitimate problem that should be resolved? I would love to know. So if you liked the video, go and like the video. If you really liked the video and you want to become one of these amazing people over here, go subscribe as well, and check out the Patreon, subscribe, Daily Bearer Pay, linked in the description down below. That's going to be it for me, and hopefully the final part also goes smoothly.
Something like this.